What do you do if your home loan application has been declined? I know that having your home loan application declined is stressful and can come as a shock. Unfortunately, it does happen. And lately, it's been happening more and more often. Why? Because lenders have become a lot more conservative in their assessment of your home loan. They are making a lot less exceptions, if not any exceptions at all. And lenders also have a lot more information at their disposition when making a decision on your application. So with all of that in mind, if your home loan application has been declined, let's have a look at 3 simple steps you want to take right now if you want to dramatically increase your chances of being successful with your next applications. So the first thing you want to do is find out exactly why your application has been declined. Speak with your lender and ask them exactly why your application has been declined. Ask them to explain. If you use a broker, ask him or her to find out why. You need to know exactly why your application was declined. Why? Because if you don't, you run the risk of being declined a second time for exactly the same reasons, and that you don't want to. I don't need to tell you that besides damaging your credit profile by being declined twice in a row, this would also be a total waste of your time. Applications are declined for any number of reasons. Most are obvious, some not so obvious. For example, your application could be declined because of a low credit score, or because you don't have enough savings, or maybe you have too much personal debt like credit cards, personal loans, or maybe you have a tax debt. It could also be declined because the valuation on your property came back too low. Or maybe the property you're buying is located in the wrong postcode. Or maybe because of your poor account conduct in the past. Or maybe you have a number of defaults or judgments recorded against you in your credit report. Or maybe simply because your lifestyle is just too expensive. You see, there are usually solutions to correct or mitigate any issues you may have had with your application. So once you know why your application was declined, you can move on to the second step. And that is to find out what changes need to be made to get an approval. This is pretty obvious. If you want your application to be approved the next time, you first need to correct any problems identified in step 1 with your applications. So when you are speaking to your lender or your broker about your decline, make sure to also ask them for some advice on how to improve your financial situation, your application, to give you a better chance at being successful the next time. And once you know what changes need to be made, you have a choice. You can either try to go back to the same lender or use the same broker, or you could seek the opinion or help of a new broker and find out what your options are. There usually are a few options, so make sure you talk to people. Once you know what changes to be made, you are ready for the third and last step. And that is to work out when you are ready to reapply for a home loan to maximize your chances of success. If you want to get the best chances of being successful in your next application, you need to know when to reapply. Why? Because if you reapply too early, that will only result in another decline. When is the right time? Depends on what changes are required to be made, the ones that you've identified in step 1 and step 2. For example, if all you need to do is to go to a different lender because the first lender was simply the wrong lender, you could reapply pretty much right away. However, if, for example, you needed time to save for a bigger deposit, finish your probationary period at work, or pay down some debt, you will have to wait until you're ready. And the best thing to do here is to put a plan together so that you're in a position to reply again as soon as possible once you've mitigated, once you've got rid of these issues that you've identified in your home loan. So as you can appreciate, every situation is unique and needs to be looked at individually. So if your home loan application has been declined, regardless of your circumstances, if you want to dramatically increase your chances of being successful with your next application, follow the 3 simple steps I've just described in this video. And remember, if you have any questions about your own applications, you can book a 15-minute call with me by messaging me directly or emailing me at d.eigenmann@capitafinance.com.au. Every week, twice a week on Wednesdays and Fridays. I block out 2 hours to talk to people like yourself for 15 minutes and answer questions, any questions about their home loan applications. These are, by the way, these are totally free of cost and commitments. I've helped my clients get their home loan applications approved the first time, and I might just be able to do the same for you. So make sure you book your free 15-minute call with me. Until next time, bye.